Before we get into your reading, I'd like to start by thanking everyone who has liked and commented on the videos, as well as subscribed and donated to my channel. I really appreciate it, you guys. And if you'd like to book a personal reading with me, you can find all of my contact information, including my email and social media links, as well as links to my music and podcast in the description below this video. Okay, let's get into your reading. What do we have for Scorpio, please? Five of Swords, Aquarius energy at the foundation. This is an energy here, Scorpio, of you disarming your enemies. And this is happening by way of these retrogrades, I believe, because a lot of these people now, they're receiving karma for everything they actually did to try and stop you or doing things to affect your stability. But a lot of the stuff they did, it was behind the scenes. It wasn't really out in the open so much. Or, well, they didn't think it was. But I feel like you always knew who it was, but now you're getting confirmation around this. This is an energy here of those individuals knowing that you know what they did to you, and now they're being faced with a lot of karma in regards to all this negative energy that they put out into the collective. These individuals are also being shown to other people exactly who they are. There's an energy of defeat here. There's an energy of loss. There's a lot of betrayal inside this energy here, Scorpio. For a lot of you, these are family dynamics, people that were very close to you, romantic relationships that you were in with individuals that were doing things behind the scenes to sabotage you, something like this. It's an energy of you seeing that literally everybody who came into your life up until this point was karmic in some capacity. They were sent into your life to wake you up to who you truly are. It's like the devil threw every single person he could at you until there was no one left to throw at you. And then the divine woke you up to who you really are and what you came here to do. What you came here to do, Scorpio, partially has to do with exposing individuals. But you don't even really have to do anything. You just wake up to who you are, you step into your purpose, and then boom, these people are exposed for who they truly are. The curtain falls. You start to see why there was so much resistance in your life, that there was actually some sort of mechanism in place that was assigned to stop you from moving forward. What do we have at the Sacral? Wow. Nine of Wands, Sag energy at the Sacral. And this is you seeing exactly what's taken place here. It goes along perfectly with what I just said. This is you having persisted forward despite any of these attempts against you in this very resilient, courageous energy. Very determined. You've had your sights set on something specific, Scorpios. It's related to your purpose. You never, ever lost that vision. Even through the wickedest storms, the lowest points in your life, you always held that vision. And now, you're out of the woods, so to speak, and you're on this clear path, and you're starting to see every single person that did something behind your back to stop you from seeing the truth. This is you being a true test of faith. It's like you are an example. Your story is one of those stories that can be told to other individuals to give people hope, to always hold the vision, keep pushing forward. The only reason why you never made it sooner, Scorpio, is because of that mechanism that was in place behind the scenes. But that also happened in a divine order. It had to happen just like that. Because there's this energy of killing two birds with one stone. On one hand, you step into your purpose. And on the other hand, you stepping into your purpose creates exposure around why you didn't get there sooner. But you not getting there sooner is actually all a part of you being there now or heading towards that energy now. It's going to be a part of the success that comes your way. It's what's going to make you stand out. There's something different about your path. It's very significant, is what I'm picking up here, Scorpios. What do we have at the solar plexus? Too many cards. What do we have at the solar plexus? Lovers at the solar plexus. Six of Wands at the heart. So Gemini energy with this Lovers, Leo energy with the Six of Wands. So with this Lovers energy, this is an energy of you aligning with your higher self. Okay, coming into balance with yourself. It's an energy of recalibrating. It's like you seeing the truth, moving on past these cycles, allows you to now calibrate with your higher self, with your higher guidance, which brings you into the Six of Wands victory energy at the heart. So this is you taking full control over your life, functioning from a place of complete control. Whereas these individuals wanted you to feel inferior to them. And I feel you did for a very long time because you didn't see the truth. But then everything started to change. You started to get this intuitive knowledge coming to you around your purpose and who you really are and what you came here to do. So you started to take a second look at these individuals and you started to see the cracks in the paint, so to speak, that these individuals weren't at all who they presented themselves to be. For a lot of you, this was family. Picking up strong mother, father energy here. It's an energy where they wanted to stop you from stepping into alignment with your higher self, Scorpio, because they always knew that when you did this, a lot of exposure would come around who they truly are and what they did to you. You may even have a sibling or another family member who they did horrible things to, but never woke up to this. In fact, I feel like this particular sibling or family member is stuck in that cycle of abuse, still with these individuals, still under their spell, so to speak. So this is you breaking away. You are the black sheep. They didn't actually plan for this because they never actually thought you were going to be able to do this. They thought they had a victory over you. But then, out of nowhere, Scorpio, you rose up out of the dirt like a phoenix rising from the ashes. Six of Wands, Leo energy at the heart. You realized that the only way to move forward in your life was to cut every single one of these individuals out of your life. And I feel when you first did this, you did this as a test to see if your life would improve. And lo and behold, it improved dramatically. I'm talking like almost overnight. So you continued down that path. You stayed in this Nine of Wands, Sag energy at the sacral, which is you maintaining boundaries from people who don't serve your highest good. You kept continuing forward, and the blessings just flooded through one after the other. Or this is the energy you're stepping into, depending on where you are on this timeline. I'm speaking to Scorpios that are on all different parts of this journey. Now, the more you've been inside this energy and created these boundaries, the more these individuals have gone in. And this is what's caused them to expose themselves. They become very sloppy with their attempts to hold you back and stop you. They've gotten to the point where they don't care if you know or not. It's just an energy here by any means necessary. We must stop the Scorpio from progressing any further because they know in some capacity it will be to their demise. The way the universe works, Scorpio, these individuals can't actually receive karma until you see the truth and you move out of the way. This is what triggers judgment to come through, and then judgment triggers the karma to come through for these individuals. This is you now moving out of the way. What do we have at the throat? Oh. Wow. Judgment, Scorpio, Pluto energy at the throat. Can we be any more tapped in right now, Scorpios? Unfrickin' believable. And for a lot of you, I do feel like this is parents, right? There they are. You know, and the way judgment is working in these individuals' lives, they're confusing this judgment energy with them getting blessings in some capacity. So this can be them getting gifted something. Maybe they have a win on some money, or they come across some money, and then like a week later they lose it all in some horrible way. Or they get a new car and then 2 days later they total it. Something like this, right? So see how she's like, oh yes, judgment, please, bless me. And this person right here looks like he's completely lost his mind. Like he's kind of like he's away with the fairies. He's like, what? What's happening? And then here you are in the middle, right? Male or female. It's just an energy of you standing there and you're just like, divine, please remove me from these individuals' lives. I don't want them in my life anymore. I see them for the demons they truly are. I'm ready to move forward, right? So this is you actually seeing how judgment actually works. But there's an illusion around judgment and how it shows up in these individuals' lives. These individuals' perception of judgment is completely different, okay? Like I said, they think they're being blessed. Maybe they feel some sort of spiritual activity around them and they think like, you know, something's happening positive for them. But no, this is actually energies moving around them, moving them to the cycle of judgment they now have to live inside of based off of what they've done to hold you back. So like I said, it's a twofold message here. This is you having a rebirth, waking up to your purpose, answering the call, and then this is those individuals now being put in a place of stagnation, right? They have an error in judgment. These individuals refused to self-examine, so now they will live inside of a cycle where they're constantly being faced with karmic repercussions in alignment with not self-examining. And that can show up in countless ways. But it really is just them manifesting their karma into their everyday life. So, say these individuals were very materialistic, very greedy. Well, now they will lose materials. They will lose access to finances. It's going to become very hard for them to attract or bring finances into their life. It's an energy of severe loss. And the universe does this because they need to learn. And the only way they learn is by understanding the repercussion for each individual sin, let's say one of the 7 deadly sins, that they've been utilizing in their life. What do we have at the third eye? Page of Cups, Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces energy at the third eye. This is where the divine's trying to get you, okay? So this is a very studious energy. It's also a very intuitive energy right here at the third eye. So this is you, Scorpios, just really listening to your higher guidance to move you into this new cycle in life. There's also a lot of emotional security that you are now encompassing since, see, this is so interesting, right? So since these individuals are being taken out of your life in some capacity, right? These individuals brought a lot of emotional imbalance into your life. And you would think that by losing people in your life like this, especially family members who aren't allowed to be in your life anymore because of what they were doing behind the scenes, 5 of Swords energy at the foundation to stop you from moving forward to function inside of your purpose, you would think that that would be a sad thing. But no, this is you actually feeling a sense of emotional security because you don't have these people pulling at your energy anymore. So it really is an energy of you better off alone, Scorpios. You really are the only person you need, along with the divine, your spirit guides, God. That's it. You don't need anybody else in your life because you can't trust these individuals again, first of all. So you need to step into a new timeline and build a new tribe for yourself, built off of this new vibration that you're stepping into. So you need to expel the old, stuck, dead energies and make way for new, fresh energies to come into your life. Page of Cups at the third eye. This is also an energy here of you now having better judgment, better discernment moving forward. Poor judgment is related to a blocked third eye chakra, which I feel these energies had an influence on the way you discerned many relationships in your life, many situations, whether it be friends, romantic relationships, even jobs. There was just a big emphasis here on having a damaged way of discerning what's good for you and what's not good for you based off of this learned behavioral pattern that you picked up from these family members. What do we have at the crown? And I know this energy all too well, Scorpios, okay? A lot of the people that I attracted into my life, well, let's just go ahead and say all of the people I attracted into my life up until, let's say, a couple of years ago, once I started to wake up. All of these people held the same energy as my parents. People that aren't to be trusted, very deceptive people who were doing things behind the scenes. They were all exactly the same, carbon copies of the same kinds of energies that I grew up around. And this will happen in your life because the divine is trying to wake you up. So you'll start seeing these patterns, like, why do I keep attracting the same person into my life? And then you start looking at things from a higher perspective and you realize that it's a pattern you're stuck in. There's something that's broken about the way you discern friendships, relationships, however it shows up for you. So this is when you start doing that inner work. You start working on your discernment and you trace it all the way back to your roots. This is what I did. My family, my parents, my sister, they were the foundation that I based a lot of relationships that came into my life on. But it was something that I did unconsciously. I wasn't consciously aware of it. I was just used to certain kinds of people, and then I went out into the world and I just attracted those same kinds of people. People that were just like these family members. Just being stuck in cycles over and over and over again. And what you start to realize is the situations that you get into with these people you meet later on in life are the exact same situations you got into with these family members. Everything's the same. It's because that lesson needs to be learned. And when it was happening, I'd get very frustrated. I just couldn't understand why the universe would put me through that, right? But then I started to wake up and I started to see things from a higher perspective, that these were cycles that I needed to conquer so I can move forward, step into my purpose, and help other people overcome these sorts of cycles. So you're all going to be put through cycles in a similar way, but cycles that are based around what you need to wake up to in relation to your purpose. So 8 of Wands, Sag energy at the crown. So this is an energy of action, but it's after a time of a lot of delays, a lot of stagnation. You've seen the truth now and moving forward very rapidly, receiving this knowledge intuitively around what was taking place here, that it's time to get moving here, Scorpios, okay? Because judgment is here, and your new timeline is also here waiting for you. There's nothing left to see here. Your job is literally done. Part of the contract you signed here was not only to step into your purpose, but was also to expose these energies that hold other energies back, dead energy, the resistance. That's what this is. There's a lot of big changes coming into your life now. All these problems are now behind you. All the efforts you made towards stepping into your purpose or whatever it is you're moving towards, all the efforts that seem wasted because there was some sort of mechanism in place to hold you back, that's all over with now. There's nothing else that can stop you now. So for any of you who lost some confidence along the way, or maybe you gave up on something, I challenge you to give it another shot, okay? Because there was no misstep in anything you did. There was just an energy, a force working against you. And the beauty in this here, Scorpios, is once you try this again and you see it starts to work for you, you'll be armed with knowledge around what it was that was holding you back the entire time. That in and of itself is a gift, because there's a lot you can do with that knowledge moving forward. So in saying all of this, it's very important that you look at everything from a higher perspective. See all of this resistance as a gift once you get over the threshold. It's an energy of like, thank you. Thank you for holding me back. Now I see who you truly are. Now I've armed myself with this discernment, this knowledge that I can set forth into my purpose and help other individuals inside the collective and build a very solid foundation for myself, right? It's just an energy of optimism based off of this resistance that you faced in your life. I cannot tell you how powerful this is, Scorpios, and how important it is for you to do this. It will catapult you very quickly into your purpose. So if you feel like you lost a lot of time, this is the divine making up for that lost time, okay? But there's one thing you also have to remember. Everything happens in a divine order, so you're never actually losing any time. It happened when it's supposed to. And this is also a lesson I learned as well. I thought I lost a lot of time, and now I realize that it had to happen the way it had to, custom made for my particular purpose. What do we have at the foundation from the Occult Tarot, please? See what demons are trying to keep my Scorpio's root chakra blocked. Oh, what do we have here? Oh, the Emperor. Baal. Emperor in reverse energy. This is an energy of complete domination and control. This is the individual or individuals. It's just an overall energy that shows up in individuals around you that was trying to hold you back. Scorpios, I can go ahead and bet that there's always been somebody in your life that you felt inferior to. Somebody who you always felt was trying to dominate you in some capacity, whether it be a sibling, a friend, a family member, a parent, a mother or father, maybe a combination of all those people. But make no mistake, that in and of itself is an energy because it's meant to make you feel small, like there's something that's always more powerful than you. And for some of these people, they used excessive force in some capacity to bring this energy into your life. So if it was a family member, maybe they put you through some sort of abuse. I don't know. It's going to be different for all of you. Okay? But these are very egoic individuals. They're very immature individuals. These are narcissistic kind of energies. They're the type of energies that would yell and scream a lot, try and use some sort of physical force against some of you. That's who these individuals are here. These are the individuals that are now reaping judgment for this. And a lot of these people, Scorpio, they put you through this when you were younger. So they thought that they somehow evaded judgment or karma, but this is just not the case at all. Judgment shows up when judgment wants to show up. And in the case of narcissists, these individuals usually get this judgment come through in their elder years, once they're well past their prime, because the divine wants them to look back over on their life as a whole and see how horrible of a life they've truly been living, how horrible they treated individuals. And a lot of you, this is your parents. So your parents now are being faced now with this judgment energy. And there's nothing you can do about this, Scorpios. You just need to push forward. What do we have? The Sacral? Nine of Swords, Gemini energy, Lyrae. Right underneath that Nine of Wands, so 2 nines. So these individuals brought a lot of stress, a lot of anxiety into your life. I feel like right now, because of these retrogrades, we're coming out of Mercury retrograde now, but there's still a lot of planets, a lot of energies that are coming up for review, a lot of energies that are being unearthed. You could be dreaming about some of these individuals. Just pay attention to those energies because there is a reason why that's happening. These individuals here put you through a lot of torment. These individuals are now going to have to face this in the karma that they're sentenced to after this judgment. So I honestly feel, Scorpios, that a lot of these people are going to get hit in their mentals. It's like them losing their mind because they're going to start to think about what they did, and I don't think they're going to be able to even handle it. It's that energy of them being faced with the demons they put out into the world. Because they were so arrogant, they were so careless with this energy they projected out. They didn't even stop to think about the karma they could possibly receive. They have this energy of playing God is really what it comes down to. Like they think they're special. I mean, they definitely are special. Let's just go ahead and get that out there. But not in God's eyes. And this is also an energy here of the devil really used these people, because I feel that the devil always knew that there was no way that they could ever stop you. But these individuals still participated. They still agreed to partake in whatever the devil was giving them in place for slowing you down, keeping you away from stepping into your purpose. What do we have at the solar plexus? Wow. Wow. This goes along perfectly with what I just said. The Tower, Visago. So this is like Tower in reverse. Tower in reverse is an energy of averting a disaster. So when it comes to energies like this, Scorpio, these individuals will try and keep you in their life so they can keep projecting this energy onto you, keep trying to keep you in these karmic cycles so they can avert the tower. Tower is when everything around them crumbles. This is them trying to stop that from happening. And the tower is like the red button in the Oval Office, right? Only God can bring in the tower. And I feel that these individuals started to feel this energy coming towards them after a time of being completely oblivious to the horrible karma they were projecting out into the universe. All of a sudden, they started to get this energy of feeling this tower coming through. And I feel that this energy was coming through to them as you were seeing the truth, as the scales were tipping, right? As you're stepping into your purpose. So then they went in harder, trying to do things to slow you down so you don't fully move into your purpose, because they started to have an idea that if you did that, oh crap, here comes judgment, here comes that tower, right? So this is them literally starting to see what was taking place here after a time of being completely oblivious, after a time of being so arrogant they never thought that karma would ever come back for them. This is them literally trying to push back the entire weight of the divine from crushing them. So this is why they went in harder, Scorpios. This is why there was an increase in this energy as you've been stepping into alignment with your purpose. Or, depending on where you are on this timeline, this is an energy that you will start to see. The more powerful you become, the more they go in. Because their demons are coming to the surface, right? The demons that possess these individuals, the entity attachments they have, want to leave those meat suits, want to leave those vessels because they've failed them, right? They're all used up. There's nothing left to see there, right? These entities must move on to other people. So these individuals that were in your life have failed the demonic entity attachments that have been feeding off of them for high vibrational nourishment that they got narcissistically through you. Wow. I just had to take a moment to wrap my head around what I just said there. So it's like these individuals were the go-between, the middleman between you and the devil. The devil used them to steal your energy, keep you out of your purpose. What do we have at the heart? Too many cards. What do we have at the heart? Four of Swords, Simius, physical and moral imperfection. And this is them now, lying in the bed they made for you, Scorpio. Look how heavy that chain metal looks on them. They're all slouched over, right? That's what they prepared for you. Slow you down, right? That's how the devil works. Devil works in an incremental fashion. It's all about just slowing you down, wasting your life clock. It's a very slow, grinding energy. I feel a lot of you were inside this energy for a very long time. I know that energy. I was in that energy for years, working every day, grinding away as hard as I possibly could until I couldn't stand anymore, and seeing zero progress in my life. In fact, it was almost like the harder I worked, the bigger the setbacks. You know, it's just like working really hard and then all of a sudden you have some huge expense and you lose everything and then some. You know, it's like taking one step forward and then taking 10 steps back. I lived inside that energy for decades until I started to see the truth. And then, like I was saying, I exited these individuals out of my life, and the change happened almost overnight. Almost overnight. Okay? You just have to wake up to it. You just have to see the truth. And then we have Manakel, Six of Swords, Aquarius energy, knowledge of good and evil. This is an energy here of you transitioning forward. This is your rite of passage, right underneath this Six of Wands here. This is you moving beyond all of this pain you've been through, Scorpios. For some of you, it could even be relocating, moving, travel, something like this. And right there, knowledge of good and evil. So it's you seeing the truth. You understanding now what took place here. And for the Scorpios that are already over this threshold, it's just you looking back and having even more truth come to light. Like I said, I've had these energies out of my life now for quite a significant amount of time. But when we go through these retrogrades, I start to see things that I didn't see before. Even more truth comes to light. This is never ending, Scorpios. This will happen probably your entire life. It's all these aha moments. Because the exposure, the realization, it all happens when it's supposed to. It's like the divine can't show you every last detail. They need to give it to you in servings. I feel like they do this because maybe it's just too shocking, you know? They know what you can and cannot handle. So they give you what you can handle. That makes sense with your path and your growth for the time being. What do we have at the throat from the Angel Tarot, please? Wheel of Fortune, Metatron. Unbelievable. Right underneath this Judgment. So what did I say, right? It's like the Judgment, on one hand, is them being sentenced to karma, and then on the other hand, it's you moving into your purpose and having this discernment. And all your blessings coming through now. Wheel of Fortune, Metatron, the recording angel. Advancement and progress. Teaches, guides, and records events in the book of life. So this is you now entering a whole new timeline in your life. You held this vision, right? Like I was saying, you've always seen the bigger picture in your life, no matter the darkness that you've been through. This is why you are being highly blessed now. This is an energy of awakening to your destiny. Huge turning point in your life, Scorpios. What do we have at the third eye? What do we have at the third eye? Nine of Pentacles, Virgo energy, Eohia, the omniscient God. Submission to higher order, identifies traitors and destroys their plans. So Nine of Pentacles is one of the best cards in the tarot. This is an energy of financial gain. It's also an energy of stability. It's just an overall energy of affluence. This is the energy that you're moving into right now, Scorpios, one step at a time. What do we have at the crown? What do we have at the crown for Scorpio? The Magician. Perfect way to end. Wow. Nethea, the generous God. Spiritual wisdom and magic. Helps one gain wisdom and discover hidden secrets. Scorpio, this is you realizing your potential, understanding how much power you truly have, focusing, holding that vision, like I said, right? Puts you directly in this magician energy, Gemini, Virgo, Mercury energy. This is you having all the elements. Fire, water, air, earth. You're able to manifest on a dime once you step into this energy, Scorpios. Nothing can hold you back. As long as you see the truth and you expel these energies from your life, you take this new discernment that the divine is gifting you with, nothing can stop you. This cycle will never repeat again. This is a graduation. But make no mistake, when you defeat these cycles, Scorpio, the blessings that are attached to conquering, let's say, this level in the game are huge, because there's an energy here where you're now working inside of your purpose. So the divine needs to actually make sure that you always have whatever you need materially to keep functioning inside your purpose. Because when you function inside your purpose, you're actually in alignment with your higher self, you're where the divine wants you to be, and you're giving back to the collective, however that shows up for you. Scorpio, this is the energy that's available to you, depending on where you are on this timeline, should you choose to accept. I'm going to go ahead and leave it here. Please don't forget to like and subscribe. If you would like a personal reading, all that information can be found in the description below. And thank you for your donation, Scorpio. Take care.